Hello, and welcome to another Run Happy training video or presentation. Um, this is Norman speaking. This video should be very short, and the main purpose is just to go over two apps that I recommend and which most of the people I know and work with um, like to use. And those two apps are right here. WorkOutDoors and Garmin Connect. You should have heard of Garmin. Garmin is a very well-known product in the running community and sports in general. And Work Outdoors is an app that I truly like, and it's mainly to because I use it with my Apple Watch and Apple products, and it's very easy to use, provide a lot of information, and yeah. So those are the two I'm most familiar with. I'm gonna give a quick overview on both, and also show how to set up interval workouts because it is very useful to set that up in your phone, send it to your watch, and just follow the instructions. Here to the instructions as you run by um, and complete your activity. And let's keep going. So the first one we're gonna go through it's Work Outdoors. I'm showing you just the logo right there. We're gonna be switching uh, quickly to the application so you can see how it works. As I mentioned before, I use this with the Apple products. I install it on the phone. Works with the watch, of course. It is there meant to be together. So if you have an Apple Watch and of course the phone, this app is for you, and I recommend it. So how to use it? Very simple. Let's start with the workout screens that you should be able to see right now. Um, they have let's go with the 10-mile example, and this is just to provide an overview of what you could see. The workouts are the left corner, the first item you see on the left corner of the screen, um, and you can open it and see the results of a run. Let's start with the left. The first one is the pace. You can change that window to show speed, to show zones, and so on. The one I prefer the best is pace. With laps on the right corner, you can change to do laps to see intervals and map and so on. A lot of detail, maps and profiles. And the profiles you can see how the run went in more detail as you were running and completing the workout. Simple stuff. Uh, very good to read, but let's get to the point. In this case, I focus on two things: on the heart rate and the pace per lap. If you were doing intervals, I would bring the interval windows and see there how you're doing. But basically, heart rate. This is very useful. See how your body is reacting and how you're progressing on your training. And you can see not only that data that you see summarized on the table, but on the screen, at the end of the screen, on the bottom of the screen, I should say, you can scroll left and right and then see with very detailed how your heart rate went, how your effort went. And yeah, it is great to see those details. You can export this data to Strava to make it even easier to see. So let's switch to Strava for a moment. In this case, same run, 10-mile run that you saw on the workout app. You don't need to pay any membership to see the Strava workout. But here it is. It gives you a summary of your distance, average pace. It gives you a little bit of uh, more detail on this main window, like a pace analysis, per split, information on the splits, and so on. But if you want to see more details, you can go to view analysis. And in view analysis, you can see the elevation, pace changes, um, the cadence, and the heart rate. As I think I have mentioned before, I focus mainly on how the heart rate versus the pace is behaving as you're going through the run. That will definitely show you or tell you how your fitness is developing and what you're capable of. But enough with this app. That's how you are able to see the information. Let's go back to the workouts. And again, as I mentioned, the main purpose is to show you how to do interval workouts. So you can set up your own routine and let the watch guide you. So let's talk briefly about the screens. These are the screens you can see on your watch. And of course, my focus is on running. So let's go with the first one. And these are all of the options you can send to your watch. It has a profile overview. It have one specific for pace. It has one specific for heart rate. My case, I like this one on the top, which is customized to my liking. You can customize any of the fields that you want on any of them. You can change them all if you want. But on this one, it's quite simple. There's several windows that I'm clicking. Hopefully, you can see. And basically, you can edit any of those. I'm just going to focus on one. Let's take the heart rate. So, heart rate, I like to see my heart rate all the time on that screen. But you can change it. In this case, if you wanted to select heart rate, you go to heart rate on the left and you get to BPM, that case. And right now, the one that I have selected is heart rate current, but you can put the average heart rate zones, and different things. And also you can change that and do intensity, change the zone, and so on. So that's how you set up the screen. Um, and once you have that done, you can send the screens to the watch, and they will be there waiting for you. And you can just swap them to the left or to the right, and the screens will change. Now you go to settings, and this is the part that I wanted to show that is truly useful. Let's go to interval schedules. That's where you set up everything. I use interval schedules even if they are not doing intervals. Um, and again, this is all the ones I have created, but we'll go just to create one. Let's do a repeating schedule, which is kind of the more complicated version. There you go. The program of the app is already giving you something for you to modify and adapt as you need. The warm up, I barely touch it. You can do that, but you can set up uh, the warm up based on time, based on distance, based on calories, and all of those options. You can set up a target type too. If you want to warm up a specific pace, you could do that. I don't I don't want to change that. And also, if you want to customize a screen, you can do it right here. Also, you can put alerts. You can speak interval name at start. That's just telling you what's happening, what you're supposed to be doing at that time, and several options. If you had a target type, it would also include some type of alert. So that's what we're gonna see next. On the repeat section, that's where the intervals go. But before going to the intervals, I always like to show or to do a steady pace, and we can move that activity up. You just grab them there on the right, move it up. It needs to get out. There you go. So now you would do a warm up, you would do a steady run, and then you would jump into intervals. So the steady could be, let's edit that one. Steady could be time. Let's make it distance. And 1 mile would be good. And let's do a target. Let's do a target pace. Let's leave that 8 minutes the fastest and 9 minutes the slowest. And look at all the all the options for you to get the alert. So it's gonna speak the target, which is the pace, and it will notify you if you are getting out of that pace, if you're in control or none. So that's how you set up the steady. And then let's go into intervals. Quite easy. You start with the fast. In this case, let's leave duration there. And let's put a aggressive target. Let's go for with pace, and let's make this a little bit faster. We want to be under 6 and 7. And then all of the alarms, speak duration, speak target, they're going to tell you when you're exceeding, when you're going too slow, and so on. And then recover. I don't want to do anything on recover. You just walk and relax, get your heart rate back in control. And the repeat, you can change how many times you would want to do that. Let's say we're gonna do it 6 times. So in that time, you have set up your intervals for 5 minutes. You're gonna recover for 1 minute in between intervals, and yeah, once you complete that 6 times, you're done with the workout. Then it comes the cool down. Again, you can set up a target if you want. Duration, it can be based on distance. Um, and yeah, you have the alerts as well. Nothing difficult to do here. The last item there, end workout on schedule end. That means that once you have completed all of the activities you have defined in the program, in this program that you see on the screen, the watch is gonna stop that sequence. So I like to turn it off because I like it to run a little bit more until I really got to my target heart rate after the cooldown, or if after I feel that I'm ready to end the run. Um, so that's the option you're supposed to select. In here, I'm gonna put test intervals. There you go. Once you go back to schedules, you choose to save it, and then you search for it. In this case, is gonna be test intervals right here. It automatically send it to the watch. It will be there waiting for you, and that's how you do it. Now let's switch to Garmin Connect. Garmin is a very good app also. Um, the very well known product and system. I think the majority of runners might still use this product, and yeah, that's why it's here. And it's also very very easy to use. So gonna get there. Garmin Connect. It should be seen on the screen now. Um, and yeah, so this is the same run we saw back there. Um, Again, a quick summary, just going over an overview of how you can see the information. You will see here time, distance, calories, um, pace, and so on. And on the next screen, you get more detail: average pace, average moving pace, best pace, and the same for speed, time, and heart rate. Um, and in here, if you run with the Garmin, you will see here the different labs or intervals. However, the data that you see here was imported from the other app, Work Outdoors. So you're not able to see it at its best capacity in this example. But on the last window screen, very nice to see all of that data. You can see the a more detailed view on how it went. Um, and you can see the pace, you can see heart rate, elevation, and zones. Again, if you were using the Garmin all the way, you would have more data here. But anyway, that's how it looks. Very good way of portraying the information that you need to see. But let's go to how to program workout. So you go training and planning. you go to workout, you go to create a workout, you get say run, um, and there you have it. You have already um, schedule a warm up, a run, a cool down. Let's do the same thing I did for the other one. I'm gonna add a step. Sorry, I should say I'm gonna add a repeat. There you go. Those are my intervals. I'm gonna say 6 times. I'm gonna repeat that interval. I'm gonna delete this run because I added it more. And now it looks exactly the same like how we did it on Work Outdoors. Very simple and easy to use. You have a warm up that you can also change. You can put duration type, um, if it's distance and so on. You can edit that. You can say, let's say distance, like in the other app, 1 mile, perfect. Intensity, let's set a pace, 8:30 to 9:30. I will leave that there, and then, well, that was for the warm up, so that's a very good warm up. Let's say a free roam. I'm gonna do a free roam of 1 mile, so that's the second step, and then we go into the interval. So on that one, let's change it a little bit. In this case, let's do it by mile also. And let's do a faster speed, of course. Let's go in there and set it up to 5:30 to 6:30. That will be the target range. And the recovery 3 minutes. I don't think we can edit there. We should edit there or anything, but that's how it goes. And then the cooldown, and that's basically it. You have your workout. Again, both of them really easy to use. Uh, the workout doors one, I think it's gives you more details, more option on how to set it up and alert you of the different things going on as you complete the activity. So you save that, you put it a name. I'm not gonna name it because I have a lot of them, but that's it. You of course you hit save instead of not saving it, but then you will have it right here, this screen, and then yeah, you can send it to your phone, to your watch, sorry, and it will be there waiting for you. And that's how you program this. Um, in that, there you go. You have the example of two apps. They're very good, simple to use, very useful. You can customize your runs and your screen also on both. Um, Again, I was just showing you a quick overview of the most important things there, but feel free to test them, and they will you will know you will see that they're great, really useful tools when you're training. Yeah, and I'm at the end of this presentation or on the forum that this is published, it should have links to more information on both apps and also some related or associated products. Hope this is useful to you. Thank you for your time and enjoy your running. Happy running.